I wanted to thank you guys that have let me know that you're going to take part in the challenge that we started yesterday, and you can get in at any particular point if you want. We got a few questions that were asked since yesterday, since we just started, and one of them, you know, the way I was talking is, since I'm starting kind of out of shape and a lot of fat on my body and stuff, you know, and try to be there with all the beginners out there, and as an older person and everything, showing that anybody can do this. And so a few questions came in. Can people that are in really good shape, you know, elite athletes, 25-year-old really strong people, or kids, or anybody, can they participate? And if you're under 18, I guess you know, consult your parents. And everybody consult your physician, right? Because we don't want to be telling everybody not to go to their doctor. Heaven forbid that. But yeah, elite athletes are welcome. Anybody that's already in really great condition, sure, please come in and show us what you can do. And you make the baseline where you're starting now, and then set your goal, what you can reach in a few months. And the reason that it's 6 months instead of 30 days, which was another question, is that this is not just some kind of momentary thing that we want you to do. This is not just a fitness challenge, it's a life and health invitation challenge. And if you can stabilize it in 6 months, then, you know, you can take the next 6 months and take it to the next step. It's not supposed to be like a crash diet that you don't stay on or something like that. One thing I did want to mention to you that for some reason I didn't say before, the reason that, you know, I'm coming to you without a shirt and stuff like that, is that you want to, at home, take pictures of yourself, front, back, side, all different perspectives, you know, so that you have something to compare 6 months from now and see what direction you're going in. And, you know, if you're really skinny and weak and you don't have any muscle, then it'll show you gaining muscle. And if you are way overweight or a little overweight, it'll, like, you know, me right now, I've got too many pounds of fat right now, so I'm going to try to change that. I don't want to really lose weight, but I do want to lose excess fat, and they're different concepts. I'm doing it a little bit unusual, besides being supposedly in an age where you're supposed to be falling apart, and I want to, you know, be an example that you don't totally have to fall apart when you get to a certain age. The other thing is I'm on 100% raw food, and I have been for a long time. No protein powders, anything like that. Any kind of protein powder, I'm not doing that. I'm not even really doing supplements, except I have to do iodine. I found that if I stop that, I can't. You know, it really gets in the way. The other ones I'm not doing because I want to baseline what you can do with just normal, natural, organic, whole food. And for me, it's 100% raw, because I've been talking for a long time about the healing qualities of that. I want to do this in a way that's healthy. I'm not vegan, but I am all raw, so I use, you know, fruit and herbs and nuts and seeds and other vegan things, and raw milk. Raw milk I found to be extremely helpful. I think that's why it's being demonized by government agencies, at least in America and some other places, and trying to get rid of it because it's a superfood. And I know the vegans will maybe hate me for that, but I'm a researcher, and I don't go on just a belief system, whether it's about raw milk being horrible or whatever. I want to find out what the truth is. The reason I don't eat meat is not because I'm trying to be in the non-meat eater group. It's because I don't want to hurt animals. I think I agree with the vegans about that, but I do think that the saturated fat and cholesterol are really helpful, and you can get that from raw milk. You don't have to get it from meat and things like that. I'm fasting once a week on water, just as a habit that I've done for quite a few years, and that kind of is a reset day, and it's really helpful to give the body a day of rest. Or you might want to consider just not overeating on that day, or doing a narrower window of eating, or doing juice, or whatever is good for you. I don't do any drugs of any kind, natural or otherwise, nothing over the counter, no medical drugs, no recreational drugs, no marijuana, nothing like that. I'm using HIIT, high intensity interval training, calisthenics, high volume weight workouts, not lifting like the absolute maximum I can lift, because I found that my joints do better if I do high volume and a little less weight. Yoga, sun, grounding, sleep, and trying to be really aware when I eat of what my body is saying. Yeah, that is good, or no, this is making me heavy and wiped out, tired, I don't want to do that. So this is supposed to be a challenge, not to do, you know, it's not like 1,000 push-ups a day for everybody. It's find your level of where you are now. Really take a look at that carefully. Analyze everything you're eating, everything you're drinking, write it down, how much time you have in the sunlight, grounding with bare skin and touch with earth, like barefoot in a safe place, you know, what your mental programs are running in the background, your thoughts and your emotions, stuff that we get into and teach you in more detail in Planetary Healing Club. So if you want to be in that support group and be part of the project that I think will lead to the construction of a physical school eventually, then that's at lostartsradio.com/club. Otherwise, don't worry about it, and we will give you as much as we can on these free videos, and once in a while updates, as well as videos on a lot of other things. And for the people that aren't in Planetary Healing Club, you can always suggest topics that you would like addressed, and we'll take parts of what we discuss in depth in the club and bring them out as much as we can in the free videos too, because I want absolutely everybody to benefit from this. And if there's other questions about this challenge or about the club or about anything we're doing or things that are going on in the world and our perspective on it or something, you're welcome to email them in, richard@lostartsradio.com. I'll read them all and respond as possible. But we're trying to get people together to come up to whatever is their ideal level of quality of life. And that makes a good platform for doing the real internal work, which is next. And that's on consciousness. And that I don't want to say too much about in public forum, but if you want to know more what we're doing on that, check out Planetary Healing Club, lostartsradio.com/club. Otherwise, I will be seeing you here and on the Sunday show, which is totally open and free, Sunday evenings. That's on blogtalkradio.com/lostartsradio. Watch for our live streams on multiple platforms, and check us out on real.video, a really beautiful new platform that our friend Mike has done. And what else? Yeah, the Saturday show, there's a new Saturday show before the Planetary Healing Club meeting, and that one is 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern time on Saturday. That's totally free, and it's just a 1 hour real quick look at a couple of things happening in the preceding week in the world and what they mean, the implications for you. Everything's related to health, so we've branched out into trying to get a bigger context of what's going on. This is a critical time in history for America and the rest of the world. There's some really big things happening right now, and I want to bring into play all of your potential to contribute to not only your own quality of life, but what's going on in the world around you. Getting yourself in good shape is just a part of the start of that. That is really what the health and life challenge is about right now. 6 months is a reasonable start. This is not something you do just for a little while. And I know, I'm fully aware that the world-class trainers that help the movie star athletes and stuff get ready for action hero roles, they all do it with, as far as I know, they all do it with 3 foods: meat, steamed vegetables, and minimal carbs like brown rice or sweet potatoes, stuff like that in small quantity. I know you can do that, and then they eat every 2 or 3 hours, and they do heavy weights and other stuff like that. I know that works temporarily, but I want something that not only works consistently and you could do for your whole lifestyle, but also is congruent with what gives you health, immunity from degenerative disease, not having to worry about falling apart and aging, and immunity from infectious disease to a large degree as well. And I want to show that you can bring all those things together in one lifestyle that's suited for you. That's what this is really about. And more depth will be given in the club meetings, but I'll give you little pieces of what happens in those meetings here, so you have access to it, really convenient and easy and free. So that's what it's about. Those are the questions I wanted to answer for the moment. Take pictures now if you're going to do the challenge, and you'll have something to compare to later on when you start looking different. Okay, so have a good time, and it's nice to see you again. I'll see you in the club on Saturday, or at the next video here, or at our blog talk show. Thanks for being with us, and talk to you soon.